And breaking news coming in, Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi in an interview to the Press Trust of India has said that Congress is not an underdog and will surpass its 2009 tally of 206 in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections. Rahul Gandhi was speaking to the PTI. This is what the PTI take, in fact, has been. Rahul Gandhi is now saying that the Congress should not be taken for granted. It's not all over for the party. They will be able to surpass their tally of 2006. For more on this, I'm now being joined by our National Affairs editor, Javed Ansari. Javed, a brave face being put up by Rahul Gandhi there.
Well, most certainly, and this is meant more for the consumption of his own supporters, his party workers, because Rahul cannot lead a demoralized army into the battle. He's tried to give them up. Many would wonder, you can't fault people for asking how they wish this were true.
Absolutely, but all the opinion polls so far and the indication so far has been that the Congress is in for a drubbing. Do you think Rahul Gandhi, with the way he's trying to boost the morale of his cadres, that will have any effect as far as their prospects are concerned?
I'm not so sure, because you ask anybody and they'll tell you that the Congress has a mountain to climb in the coming elections, and Rahul's efforts, I don't know how much of an impact it will have on the workers, because the rank and file of the Congress is not too enthused at the prospect of facing these elections in a couple of weeks from now.
Thank you so much, Javed Ansari, for bringing us that update. In fact, a brave face, as our National Affairs editor was telling us, being put up by Rahul Gandhi for the consumption mainly of his own supporters and party cadres, but things do not look very upbeat as far as the Congress party is concerned. Many of the senior leaders, in fact, also choosing to opt out. Sudhanshu Mittal from the BJP is now joining us on the phone line. Mr. Mittal, Rahul Gandhi putting up a brave face there, saying that the party will go, his party will go forward on the tally of 2009. What do you have to say about that?
What else do you expect Rahul Gandhi to say? Naturally, to give confidence to his own cadre, he has to make all these tall and false claims. But as they say in Hindi, Mungeri Lal ke Haseen Sapne, they are very good. Let him continue to dream that. But the reality is there for everybody to see. I mean, talking about surpassing 206 seats would be a joke which not too many people are going to buy. But Mr. Rahul Gandhi doesn't realize that the way he's facing desertion from all his allies is an indication that when the ship is sinking, few bank on it.
But Mr. Mittal, in 2004 also there were reports that your party is going to do well, and then opposite took place. Are you just taking the Congress party and Rahul Gandhi too lightly?
2004 and 2014 are a decade away. We were in the government, we are not in the government. It rarely happens that when the opposition is given the credit of coming to power, that it does not. Because the anti-incumbency is so widespread. You see, during the regime of Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, there was very little anti-incumbency against the central government. It was basically an aggregation of state politics, and the anti-incumbency against the state governments like Andhra and all were the reasons for the downfall of the NDA. However, in 2014, the situation is completely different. There is such a massive anti-incumbency against the central government that Congress has become a bad word in the minds of people. It is personification of corruption. It is personification of insecurity in the country, bad governance, price rise. You look at all the issues.
Stay on with me, Mr. Mittal. Our National Affairs editor Javed Ansari is back on phone line with me. Javed, the BJP, of course, not giving any credit to Rahul Gandhi, but would that be advisable for them just to take it so lightly? They almost have written him off even before the elections have begun.
Well, it's a part and parcel of the election gamesmanship that the opposition, the challenger, tries to write off his opponent. There is no denying the fact that the momentum is with the BJP, but a battle is never won till it's finally over, and therefore, while it's one thing to crow about something, it's quite another in practice to be so overconfident. I'm sure what Mr. Mittal is saying is more for effect than in reality, because his party's political managers are acutely conscious of the task ahead, and they're buttoned down to the task rather than indulge in empty boasts.